What's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, Season 4, Theory and Prediction. Now, I want to talk about the possibility of Lulu being Ghost's father, and I want to give credit to the Getting It How I Live channel because he was the very first person that I ever seen make this theory. Now, I want to talk about how it makes sense. It can end up going that way, but then I also want to talk about my few reasons why I feel like it ultimately will not go that way. And also, if Lulu is Ghost's father, this definitely means that Dwiz's brother is complete fodder. He's soft. He's not to be the kind of character that we expected him to be, because if Lulu manages to survive the wrath of Dwiz's brother, what does that really say about Dwiz? This video is going to be another banger. Without further ado, let's get to it. The fact that people now believe that it's possible that Lulu is Ghost's father, we now have to understand how this could come to be. Now, because Lulu drinks, the writers can easily come up with a plot that has Lulu being approached by a woman, assumably, probably a white woman, maybe even an Irish woman, who comes to Lulu and says, hey, this is a baby that we made back in such and such time. Maybe this is a woman who Lulu did some kind of music with or something back in the day, something like that. Maybe he was in high school with, something like that. And now when you look at OG Power, and we know that Ghost's father, who I believe also they said his name was Curtis. Courtney Kemp said that. Now, did Courtney Kemp say that in live, or was his name mentioned in OG Power? I don't believe his name was mentioned in OG Power. But however, the name Curtis is floating around. But anyways, that could make sense as far as Lou being his father, to the point where we understand that just like Lou, Ghost's father was an alcoholic and had a bar. And also, we would understand why he would be someone who was so adamant to keep his own son, James St. Patrick, right, from being a drug dealer and involving himself in the streets. I believe that there's enough to make it work, but I also believe that, so what? If it goes that way, I believe there's enough to make it entertaining. However, this is why I feel like it's probably not true. For one, if Ghost's father's real name is Curtis, that already eliminates Lulu from the running of being Ghost's father, right? I know that is floating around. Anyone who jags that theory, right? Although it's very entertaining, although I believe we as Power fans could accept that, right? That would be a cool, a link between OG Power and Raising Kanan. If Ghost's father's real name is Curtis, and he was in Queens and always been in Queens, then that eliminates Lulu. Now, we can't be wild and assume that Lulu changes his name at all. We can't be wild and think that. Unless maybe Lulu's middle name is Curtis. If Lulu's middle name is Curtis, then okay, then maybe we also making it work. However, here's another thing. If Lulu's son by blood is James Ghost St. Patrick, that would make Lulu would be not only the father of Ghost, but also the uncle of Kanan, thus making Kanan and Ghost cousins. So, you would then have to ask yourself, how come or why come Pastor got to drive a nice car? Nah, I'm joking. Let me know in the comment section if y'all know what movie I got that from. But you have to ask yourself, why Kanan and Ghost never addressed each other as cousins? And why would it be that he's closer to Breeze than his own cousin? And then you have to ask yourself, why did he choose to F over his own cousin and get his cousin sent to jail? These are burning questions that enter the mind if we want to consider or try to make sense of Lulu being Ghost's father, okay? And this is before we even get to the Dwiz part of this video, right? Because another question you have to ask is just what sense would it make for Ghost to never acknowledge Kanan as his cousin? At most, he addressed Kanan as if, yo, that's big bro, right? He helped mentor me in the game. We've been through things, this, that, and the third. But other than that, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So what I propose is that instead of Lulu being Ghost's father, I think we just may see Lulu, as he's owning the club, he will meet a friend. This friend will ultimately become who we know as Curtis, and this is how a young Ghost will be introduced into the story. And because of Curtis's association with Lulu and Ghost ending up being around as a young lad, he is exposed to Kanan and exposed to the game in that way, okay? This is what I feel like will make the most sense. We also have to understand that Lulu, Marvin, and Raquel will be gone, at least for a while, before young Ghost and Tommy really gain prominence within the city streets of Queens. We have to take all of this into consideration. And then, now let's talk about how, if Lulu is Ghost's father, this makes Dwiz's brother completely pussy, a bitch, someone who's complete fodder, someone who is soft, and thus a nobody within the Raising Kanan / Power universe, who we've been hoping to see and see do damage for 3-4 seasons, and it's not gonna happen. Cause how can he be somebody and Lou lives? It just doesn't add up, people. It doesn't add up. And then this forces you to think about, if Dwiz's brother even presents himself, will he? And then if he does, how does he not find out what Lou did? Because he will. They have to. It's power. Then we have to question ourselves, how does Lou survive Dwiz when they already promoted Dwiz to be a wild boy? How? He would have to be some kind of soft dude who came home, reformed his life or something, and then Lulu confessed to him, and he said, you know what, Lulu, I forgive you. Like, cause how does that work? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touched by an angel. That's on the dome, nigga.